Deep underhook here. He's throwing the overhook on me. I've switched my legs. Again, very important. I'm trying to torque this knee as far as possible. Okay? From here, I'm trying to get up, and for whatever reason, maybe he's giving me crazy overhook pressure, I can't get up. Okay? I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to play with it. I'm going to take my right hand that's on the floor. I'm going to dive it underneath his legs, and now I'm going to bring myself close to his leg. Still staying parallel, right? I'm not sticking my head in here for a guillotine. I'm still parallel here. Everybody with me so far? Cool. From here, see this elbow? I'm going to clamp my elbow down, so now he can't take his arm out if he wanted to. Can you take it out, Ernest? I mean, he probably could if he really wanted to, but I have to prevent him from posting to the other side. It's like that movie, The Bronx Tale. Now you can't leave, right? Close the bar. From here, both my feet, for lack of a better word, plant on the ground, and then I reverse shrimp into him until I'm completely over him, and then sweep him to the other side. This is not what I'm doing. I am not trying to pick my opponent up and then throw him to the other side. Okay, you're gonna herniate some discs. Watch. Feet are on the ground. My hips come in, 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 until I take him over. And now I have an automatic guard pass right here. Cool. Let's look at that real slow. Okay. Again, jiu-jitsu, gentle art. We're going with the flow on this one. We're not fighting our opponent. I mean, technically we're fighting our opponent, but you get what I'm saying. From here, I torque the ankle. I'm trying to get up on this arm, but he's smashing that. Oh yeah, he's heavy on me. Here, no problem. Take the bottom arm, feed it through, and get parallel to your opponent, head close to his leg. But again, don't bury your head just yet. Okay? I clamp my elbow down. You can even hold his wrist here if you're afraid he's going to post as you go. Okay? So again, I'll do that version. I'll hold his wrist here. And now I'll use my feet to inch my hips in. Feet, inch my hips in. Look at my feet, look at my hips, look at my feet, look at my hips. Bridge. And guard pass automatically. Here. Any questions? Cool. You guys see it, right, Ernest? Yeah. Let me borrow your judo. Again, starting from the standard half guard. Standard issue right here. He's got the overhook on me, right? I got to get him parallel, so I switch the ankles, and I torque as much as I can. Okay. From here, I'm trying to get up. No good, right? I'm going to go with the flow. Dive under. Half of it's me pulling him, half of it's me pulling myself towards his leg. That's probably going to be what happens, right? From here, I can squeeze my elbow down or hold his wrist, your choice. But again, I'm not lifting him. I walk my feet up, hips in. Feet up, hips in, feet up, hips in. Right about here, my hips are off the ground and I'm bridging towards my opponent. And take the arm out for the guard pass. Any questions? Go. All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Alright guys, welcome back. We're starting in the middle of a sparring match, I believe. We got Dave on top here and Gabe on the bottom here. Gabe's got a deep underhook. Let's see how it goes. He's got to get the leg knee torque. Steps up. Okay. Not bad. I would like to see his hand under the armpit. He's over the shoulder right now. I would like to see him reaching for the far armpit. Obviously, he gets a sweep from here. Solidify his position. He could probably pass from here too. Got Chris on top here and Ernest on the bottom here. Got the underhook. Doesn't like what he's seeing, so he's going to push Chris's far knee and go to the close guard. Got Dave on top here and Chris on the bottom here. Takes him a while to get started. Chris gets on his side. I would go back to the close guard from here. If your opponent's knee is off the ground, you're not going to get to the knee torque position. So you can either insert your butterfly hook and start working the butterfly guard, or you could push the far leg and go to the close guard. I would not recommend trying to get to like a half dogfight or a coyote guard from here if your opponent's knee is off the ground. There are tactics we can do to get your opponent's knee on the ground, but these guys aren't advanced enough to know that yet. And he elects to go back to the close guard. Got Ernest on top here and Sean on the bottom here. Good knee torque, good underhook. Okay, so he's got a really good knee torque. Ernest is about to get his ankle out here. If I were him, I would switch to the coyote half guard and rotate and roll Ernest to the other side, because Ernest is busy, occupied with the overhook here. He's probably not going to be able to post, and if he does, he could rebound to the dogfight, which we're going to go over in a couple weeks. Yep, looks like he's going for it. Oh, but then he opened his legs and he lost that position. Let's go back. Look at what happened here. So far, so good. He goes for the bridge. Okay, right about here, he lost the knee torque. He lost the ankle. There's nothing stopping Ernest from exiting his leg out now. Now, if you showed me the freeze frame here about how parallel they are, I would say, oh, Ernest is probably going to go over. But Ernest is a pretty athletic guy. He manages to recover his balance and pass the guard. So again, please keep your opponent's leg hooked at all times. Boom, and he's out. Got Dave on top here, and looks like John/Judo on the bottom here, starting with the deep underhook. Got to get more of a knee torque from here. Okay, is caught in a guillotine. Looks like he's going to pop out. Let's look at that again. So he tries to get the knee torque, but watch Dave's right knee. Here, okay. Right now it's off the ground. Here. If I were John, I would try to maybe go to a butterfly guard here. Or, you know, again, things we haven't gone over because they're white belts and blue belts. Different tactics to get your opponent's knee back on the ground. If you also notice here, Dave has a very good front headlock on John right now. He's essentially caught in the guillotine, the front headlock position. If your opponent has that, you have a decision to make. Do I want to risk sweeping my opponent and possibly getting caught in a guillotine? Or am I confident enough in my technique to sweep my opponent and pass? They'll still have a guillotine, but they won't have the leg positioning for the guillotine. I've definitely baited people, a lot of people, into taking the guillotine so I could sweep them. As you get more advanced and people's guillotines start getting better, to me, it's a risky proposition, especially in competition where you don't know how good your opponent's guillotine is. I've definitely been getting caught in the gym. So I would switch to a Coyote half guard here and really get parallel to your opponent without giving up head positioning. He gives up head positioning here. He manages to get the sweep, but yeah, Dave does the right thing, gets him in a guillotine, but he's unable to finish. Risky in my opinion. Looks like we got Bob on top here and Chris on the bottom here. He's already pretty far on his side, and he's got a very good leg hook right here. Let's see how it goes. Okay, switches to Coyote and back to the dogfight and gets a sweep. I would like to see him pass behind, but that was pretty good. Textbook.